Welcome to another episode of On the Couch with the great Shuntai, and I'm the sidekick, Johnell Allen-Bey.
Aw, you're not just a sidekick.
Will make me feel like it. No.
So we are excited because
yes,
today we have with us a phenomenal person, Brandon Alexander.
And so I'm seeing a bunch of things, right? What jumped off with me is a social networking king.
Right.
And I like to play on the word.
Yeah.
Gotta show the shirt.
Okay, then. We plugging you all the way in.
Network king.
Listen, don't forget to drop something in the plate when you leave. But seriously. And brand strategist?
Brand strategist, content creator.
Right.
Absolutely.
So tell us more about who is Brandon Alexander?
Basically, I say I'm a brand strategist, content creator, of course, as we said, but the official pitch is I help individuals, influencers, and organizations brand themselves by creating unforgettable experiences.
Wow.
So, I've been doing it for about 17 years. Before I even knew it was called branding, I was just doing what naturally made sense to me.
Okay.
I got introduced to Facebook in 2005. Even before that, I got started in real estate investing. And when I was doing that, I got taught for about 2 weeks from a guy for free on buying foreclosures and things like that. And I was 20 years old. And the guy said, after the second week, he was like, okay, you're no longer in school now. We are working. Go out there and let people know that you buy homes for cash, This is before social media and all of that type of stuff, being able to get the word out like that. And this is back when, you had a certain amount of text messages, This is back when you had unlimited or nights and weekends and things of that nature after 9 o'clock.
I remember those days.
So when that happened, I was just doing what naturally made sense to me. And so I just immediately went into my phone and texting people one by one.
Wow.
Hey, we buy houses for cash, or this, and all of that kind of thing. So it started there.
Okay.
Then I got introduced to Facebook, I think within like a year. And I just realized at that point what that platform was going to be. I knew it was going to be this huge.
It's a game changer.
I was like, you know what? MySpace, you're done. And I was so happy because I was not a coder. MySpace, I can't stand y'all for that. But
are those one of our sponsors? Don't do that. Just smile when you say that.
MySpace is gone now. I'm pretty sure they're not your sponsor. I'm pretty sure
whatever it is, I'll just protect our space. No, seriously.
Yeah. So with that being said, that's where it all started, and I was just like, I didn't know it was called branding. I didn't know it was called marketing. None of that stuff. I was just like, I'm gonna make myself known off of this here, like this platform, and I just started doing that, and that's where it grew from. So.
Okay. So tell us about Experience and Creative Agency. What's that about, man?
Experience Creative Agency.
Yeah.
So that's my baby. That's the new baby.
Okay.
I've held the name for about maybe 7 years.
So what does that mean for our audience? We don't know a lot of terminology. I held the name. What's that mean? So
experience, when you think of a brand and branding is all about the experience itself that you give the customer,
right.
Yeah.
That you give your client. So the reason why Apple, is so successful and people are so diehard users is because of the experience that you get all the way around. Not just from the actual product, but say like the commercials that you get. Like it's a feeling. Think about when you first walked into the first time you heard about the Apple Store, when it first opened up and you walked in there, whether you're an Apple user or not.
Right.
You immediately got it after all the commercials and the iPod that came out, then the iPhone.
Right.
Everything just was all cohesive. It all made sense.
It wasn't like a regular visit.
It was not a regular visit.
It was an experience for sure.
Yeah, it was an experience. So the ones who, the entrepreneurs that actually take time to build and to build an experience for the customer to really like engage in and receive, that's what gives you customer retention.
Okay.
So what is a brand strategist? Because you use that as well.
So the brand strategist is a lot of times the visionary, is the quarterback or the coach actually. You know, they're the project manager to help you with your messaging, your positioning, and making sure that, you know, all other phases of the brand launch, you know, are executed successfully so that you can actually reach maximum potential.
Okay.
Wow.
So, you know, Brandon, now don't take this the wrong way, but I got to ask.
Okay.
You know, we were anointed king and queen, not ourselves, someone else gave it. Who gave you the authority to say that you're the king of Brandon?
But hold up.
Oh.
We're going to hear more about that when we come back from our break. Teaser.
On the Couch with Shuntai and Johnell focuses on educational, humorous, and insightful topics based on extraordinary lives of real people. Each episode provides real talk from real people.
You desire to have that family.
Okay.
You desire to maintain it, have a mother, a father, and a child. And I struggled with that because my husband was abusive.
Coaching is about pulling out what's already there and helping you see what's already there.
Who gave you the authority to say that you're the king of Brandon?
I don't want to be with nobody. I'm not playing any games. I want to get my career. I want to get going with my life and establish myself in what I want.
Join Shuntai Hill, a certified counselor, and Johnell Allen-Bey, a life coach and relationship expert, weekly for On the Couch with Shuntai and Johnell. Shuntai Hill and Johnell Allen-Bey are the king and queen of relationships. Each week, the couple engages their audience with hot, sexy topics about relationships for the grown and sexy. The show is interactive, fun, and real.
Our next topic. I got drunk. Hold on. I got drunk the other night, and my girl grabbed my ears from behind. So she was behind him, grabbed his ears, and then he smacked her. I immediately apologized, but to be honest, I meant it, and I knew it was her. I felt horrible about hitting her, but I felt good at the same time. What's up with this?
Tune in weekly to She Say, He Say with Shuntai Hill and Johnell Allen-Bey. For more information, visit shesayhesay.media.
So welcome back to On the Couch. When we left you with a cliffhanger.
Yeah.
So I want to know, who anointed you king of Brandon?
I don't know about king of branding.
Okay.
Social network.
Social network.
But I'd like to say I'm a king at branding too.
Okay.
But social network king.
Okay.
I took the T.I. route and like how he crowned himself king of the South.
Oh, okay.
I did the same.
So that's what you
network
did.
king.
So it's a Georgia thing. Okay. All right. Yeah.
I'll take that.
All
I'll
right.
take that.
I'm gonna just drop that one like that there.
Yeah, it was, you know, funny enough. I looked at there was a guy who was you know, who I'm friends with.
Okay.
Called himself the social networking king or something like that. And
Okay.
I called myself the social networking. Again, at this time, like not knowing the difference, it's like, come on, like that's too close. There's no way that y'all could take the same name.
Right.
He allowed me to take the name.
Okay.
And you know, I based it strictly off of numbers at that time, not just the relationships
Right.
that you had and all of that. And this is way back in like 09 and actually 08. And so January 1st of 09, I was like, yeah, I'm gonna be the social network king. He can be the
Right.
social networking king or something like that. It was so minuscule and so like, come on, that's not gonna work. But it wound up working in the end because he was just like, dude, you got it.
Right.
So, yeah, I crown myself that.
Okay. All right. Well, you know, I just wanted to know how it happened in Georgia.
Yeah. But it has evolved since then.
Right.
You know, because it's all about the relationships, you know.
Right.
I'm very, very much on reputation, relationships,
Okay.
Things of that nature. So it's a combination of so many different things. And it's a play on words because even still, you got social, I have to be social.
Yeah.
Network, I gotta have like I gotta definitely be the king at, you know, networking.
Right.
And then social networking also means social media. So it's
Okay.
like I gotta know what I'm talking about when it comes to social media as well.
Right.
Okay.
So why is social networking important for your clients?
Well, that at this point now, that's the way of marketing. You know, there's a couple of different ways, you know, but social media marketing used to be called, new media and all of that. It's old enough now where it's like, this is marketing. This is not new marketing anymore. This is definitely marketing. So,
okay.
You have to, you can get around it. The rules are, there are no rules, but generally speaking, social media is vital to your business now.
So Brandon, when a person hires you, okay, let's say they're 7, you take them to a 10?
Absolutely.
Okay, so why is it necessary for a person who is trying to strive to that next level to be in contact with you?
Well, we're real picky with our clients, actually, with the clients that we choose to work with.
I like that.
We don't want just anybody. We want clients who want to impact, influence, and inspire.
Okay.
So in order to do that and be operating at maximum capacity, you gotta, a lot of entrepreneurs, all of us, including myself, we ready, fire, aim on a regular basis. But we gotta come back to aiming and getting all the processes of the brand launch. So, like, even I actually made sure I came prepared for you guys today.
Yeah, you gotta come prepared,
I had to show y'all today. So that's all the steps.
Hold on, let me hold it.
That is all the steps.
And you explain it. See, I can hold
There's
it.
3 phases of a brand launch.
Okay.
There's establishing brand identity. There's content creation. And then there's launch and execution.
Okay.
There's 6 steps in each of those. So there's 18 steps total. Most people, most entrepreneurs, they think, starting a business, it's just video. It's just this. It's just public relations. I just need a website. And they think it's just a handful of things. And it's like, nah, the public relations is the very last step. What about your messaging? We got to come back to, like, how are you introducing yourself? What do you want to be known for? How you want to make people feel like, if you don't know that part first and you don't get all those things down first, then, you're shooting yourself in the foot. And you got to go through all those 18 steps in order to, again, impact, influence, and inspire at maximum potential.
Is it difficult for entrepreneurs that's already in business, to really understand what their message is? I see sometimes I went through the branding. We went through the branding before.
Definitely.
And it could be difficult to, what you want to do, but how you're going to get it out there could be confusing.
Right.
Or you may do so much that you have to narrow in. Is that difficult for most clients?
A lot of people definitely don't. They don't think about that, and they think, I could just come up with a, with an elevator pitch, and I want to be known for this, and that's it. It's just like how I said, like, I say I'm a brand strategist, but if I say I'm a brand strategist, well, yeah, me and whoever else, that doesn't necessarily entice you to come to me. But when I gave you the elevator pitch, it's like, steps back, it intrigued you.
Right.
That took thought. That took I'm very choosy of every word that I use in there to make sure it's not too wordy, and at the same time, it's, it's concise enough and it's not too vague.
Okay.
So, yeah, it takes some thought.
I like the fact that you choose the people and they just don't choose you.
Right.
Because that gives it more credibility that the product is something that you can put yourself into.
Absolutely.
And know that the end result is going to be exactly what you're looking for.
Absolutely.
So have you ever had a client who excelled more than you thought? Because you go in with an expectation. Right.
I do go in with the expectation. I got one client right now. It's a 22-year-old.
Well, I need you to hold that thought, because what we're going to do, we're going to come back on that.
Okay.
And we're going to come into that because
let's do it.
Shuntai set up cliffhangers today, so that's what we're doing.
And it goes on.
Once again, thank you.
We'll be back
in a minute.
On the Couch with Shuntai and Johnell focuses on educational, humorous, and insightful topics based on extraordinary lives of real people. Each episode provides real talk from real people.
You desire to have that family. Okay. You desire to maintain it, have a mother, a father, and a child. And I struggled with that because my husband was abusive.
Coaching is about pulling out what's already there and helping you see what's already there.
Who gave you the authority to say that you're the king of Brandon?
I don't want to be with nobody. I'm not playing any games. I want to get my career. I want to get going with my life and establish myself in what I want.
Join Shuntai Hill, a certified counselor, and Johnell Allen-Bey, a life coach and relationship expert, weekly for On the Couch with Shuntai and Johnell. Shuntai Hill and Johnell Allen-Bey are the king and queen of relationships. Each week, the couple engages their audience with hot, sexy topics about relationships for the grown and sexy. The show is interactive, fun, and real.
Our next topic. I got drunk. Hold on. I got drunk the other night, and my girl grabbed my ears from behind. So she was behind him, grabbed his ears, and then he smacked her. I immediately apologized, but to be honest, I meant it, and I knew it was her. I felt horrible about hitting her, but I felt good at the same time. What's up with this?
Tune in weekly to She Say, He Say with Shuntai Hill and Johnell Allen-Bey. For more information, visit shesayhesay.media.
And welcome back to On the Couch with Shuntai and Johnell. I'm Shuntai Hill, and this is...
I'm Johnell Allen-Bey, and we got on the seat Brandon.
Brandon Alexander, who is the social network king.
Okay then, king.
Yes.
Yep.
So we left off, and you were about to give us something about one of the people that you branded that you expected something, but you never thought that it would excel like it did. So let's talk about that.
I have a client. He is 22 years old. I know he's a star.
Okay.
Already. I know it. Everybody I work with is definitely superstar potential.
All right. Did you work with us?
I haven't.
Well,
I've worked with y'all a little bit.
Okay, then you got to step on.
We done some things.
He was a part of the
about
team.
Superstar, man. You got to step on now. Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, this kid. You guys ever heard of rage rooms?
Yes.
Yeah. So he's opened the first rage room in Atlanta.
Okay.
In Metro Atlanta area. So, and he's only 22.
Wow.
And he built it. He got the space and self-financed 100%.
Wow.
Built out the space with him and his girlfriend, 21, 22 years old, just the two of them. And their vision that I've helped them, they kind of already had their own, but I just helped them craft it a little bit and tweak it and tailor it, the message. And I'm helping them build that whole thing out of what it looks like. They're phenomenal.
Okay.
They are absolutely phenomenal. I'm excited to see what happens with them.
Well, I'm about to bring them on the couch, man.
Yeah, you gotta bring them on the couch. You gotta bring
I
them
take
on the couch.
ordinary people with extraordinary stories.
Brandon, what has been your challenge with being in this business?
I always tell people it's taken me 17 years to get here.
Wow. Okay.
If you think about, as an entrepreneur, even though I've been in branding and marketing like the whole time, I've still done various different things throughout. So, I've had it fashion designer, real estate, business finance, real estate investing, videographer, photographer, music and entertainment. I've done all those different things. Other people know me for teaching financial literacy and things of that nature too. So there's so many different things that people know me for. Without that, or throughout that, there's been trial and error of learning how to build relationships, how to vet people, trust people.
Yeah,
right.
That's tough.
Good, keeping yourself motivated, especially when, loved ones and things like that don't necessarily believe in you, or, folks calling you crazy, and just all different kinds of things that you learn to get you to the point of where now it's like, I am 100% unapologetically myself.
That's what I'm talking about.
And I walk in my power purposely.
Okay.
You know,
Because, I did some background. I always look into some things. I always like to know something about a person. And I found out that your dad is a very influential person. So how is the pressure of you going the route that you going and having a dad that's a doctor?
That's an interesting question. We don't even have time for all that.
Right. But see, that's what I'm saying. I always know something. So you can't, when you're on that couch, you know I'm not going to throw no softball.
Yeah.
So I wanted to tap into that energy, because everything that you're saying is about self-motivation, right?
Absolutely.
Endurance, right?
Absolutely.
So it's in the blood.
Yeah.
You just using it in a different way.
Absolutely.
But I want you to elaborate on that. I want you to let our audience know.
Was there pressure to do something different?
So my parents are, of different generation, clearly, in a different. Both their backgrounds come from school. I'm gonna say school, heavy education, but not understanding the difference between education and schooling.
Okay.
So for me, God bless my dad. He actually turned me on to Rich Dad Poor Dad.
Okay.
So it's because of him that I am this way today.
Absolutely.
Okay.
At the same time, I'm the oldest of three.
Okay.
And he walked up to the line of entrepreneurship, and I'll put it this way, the most that majority of the baby boomer generation on up actually knew about, especially people of color, I should say, knew about entrepreneurship was to really be self-employed. It wasn't to be a true business owner. It wasn't to be a true investor. It was to be self-employed. That's about as far as like majority of a lot of the millennial kids' parents, got to.
Right.
So we actually have figured it out of like, no, you need systems, and this is how you actually become a true business owner, and have true passive income, not just earned income where if you don't go to work, you don't make money, whether you're working for yourself or not.
Okay.
So with that said, there was a lot of bumping heads throughout the years, because one, they wanted you to do what they wanted you to do.
Right.
At the same time, they also were jealous and possibly envious a little bit, even because, let's face it, parents are human too. We're all human, and therefore, as humans, we are severely flawed. So, and complex individuals. So, therefore, they love it, but they don't love it. They love it. They love the success after it comes, and then they're okay. But the struggle to get there, the journey is
right.
It's a lonely road.
I appreciate that, you opening up like that to us. We have an audience question back there.
What are some of the characteristics that you look for in potential new clients?
Okay, so what are some of the characteristics that you look for in potential clients?
That's a great question. So one is be coachable.
Okay.
Be patient. As I said, there's 18 steps. I'm not doing this by myself. When I say, our agency, I very much say it's not about me. This is a team effort. For example, there's IP protection is one of the steps after brand clarity. That's intellectual property. That's your patents, your trademarks, your copyrights. I'm not an intellectual properties attorney. So I'm not gonna do that for you. I'm not gonna sit here and pretend that that's my wheelhouse, but I know somebody on the team that can make sure that you are protected, that your intellectual property is protected.
Okay.
So all those things, you're going to need that. It's gonna take you at least 90 to 120 days, and that's if you're on it.
You're right.
That's if you're on it to walk through that whole program, from concept to launch.
Okay.
So you have to be patient. You just have to be patient with things, and then be willing to spend money, because this is not cheap.
So you have to be willing to invest in yourself.
You have to be willing to invest in yourself and understand it's not about the upfront money that you're spending and how much it costs. It's the return on investment that it's going to give you.
Yes.
Because it is going to give you a return. Yeah, so those would be the main things for sure.
Thank you, audience member, for that question.
Yeah.
Well, you know, Brandon, it has been a joy to have you on our show as a guest, and you have so much to provide as far as information. We would love to have you back at some point on the couch.
I appreciate y'all inviting me.
Yeah. So before you leave, I want you to do two things. I want you to give our audience how they can contact your branding company, right? And also, I want you to end off by what was with some tips on how to get started in this.
All right, so you guys can contact me at the Network King. That's directly, or you can go to Experience. That's XPRENCE LLC. Find us on all platforms on social media. By this time, our website will hopefully be up and ready by that time. But if not, hit us on social media, DM us. We definitely answer to all DMs. As far as tips, what I've learned for sure, even before the pandemic, but I've been pushing a lot since the pandemic, is other than your time, the most valuable asset you have is your knowledge. And that being said, online courses, if you got at least 5 years experience doing anything, no matter what age you are, online courses is where it's at.
Okay.
Break it down to this: whether you have trade or career skills, life survival skills, hobbies and interests. What the pandemic definitely showed us during that time is, we'll take it even the trade and career skills, we all know that somebody can learn from you just off of that.
Yeah.
Your life and survival skills, somebody doesn't know how to feed their face. Like, somebody does not know how to hunt, somebody does not know how to, think about when the pandemic first hit, we were in like, what's the thing called? The zombie
apocalypse.
Zombie apocalypse kind of thing. That's what it felt like. And all that stuff that Killer Mike was talking about, we don't know how to hunt, we don't know how to fish, we don't know how to grow our own food. Those things were kind of essential right then, because it looked like we were kind of headed that way. And then for hobbies and interests, it's one of those things where it's like, that's just your mental escape. Somebody will pay for that, And so a lot of people think, why not you? Or why you? But then again, you need to think, why not you?
Right.
Everybody doesn't appeal to everybody, but everybody appeals to somebody.
All right.
Well, thank you, Brandon. We appreciate you being on the couch today with us.
I appreciate y'all having me.
Yeah, and we appreciate our audience. Thank you.
Let me say this.
Okay.
This was my first time on a TV segment, so I just appreciate y'all for this. Y'all done popped the cherry on that one. So
all right.
We're glad to be your first.
Right.
Yes. So until next time, thank you for joining us.